Hi guys, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I haven't been making any videos lately. I've been kind of busy doing some other stuff around here, and I kind of left the barn. I haven't really done anything more. That still sits exactly where it was when I was trying to make that work, and I moved the circuit boards and stuff back there that still have to be sorted through, and it's still a half of a disaster. But I wanted to make a video because I picked something up yesterday. My brother went and helped me get it, and I wanted to show you what it is. It is this. This is a round oak wood stove, coal burner actually. It's probably turn of the century, early 1900s. They started making stoves, I believe, in like 1870 something, and the Beckwith, P.D. Beckwith, started the company that made the round oak stove, and he died in like 1880 something, 89 or something like that, and then the company became the estate of P.D. Beckwith in Dowagiac, Michigan. This is a model E20. And this is Chief Dowagiac. They made that symbol there, the chief, Indian chief, because people couldn't pronounce Dowagiac, Michigan, because it's not spelled the way it sounds. But excuse me, it's not in bad shape. It's all here. It's a little rough, but a little stove black will fix that up. And this, I believe, is copper. And these pieces that are painted silver, like this, and this, and this, are supposed to be nickel plated. But of course, they're not nickel plated anymore, and they've been painted, and it's kind of wore off. But it's got a big fire pot, and there's down in the bottom. I think a mouse had built a nest in here. But I have all the four legs that say round oak on them. I imagine those would have been nickel plated as well. And then this is the bottom grate, and then this is the shaker grate for the coal. And what I was looking for was a Glenwood base burner, but they're pretty rare, and when they do come up, they're pretty expensive. The nice thing about the base burners is they actually recycle the flue gas down through the back of the stove and out through the outer jacket, so that you get a little bit more heat out of it. So I do a search every once in a while on, on eBay and on Craigslist, and I happen to find this one. And this piece here is broke too. That's the only piece that's broken, and that's just a decorative thing. But and I almost think that this is supposed to be over here in the front. I don't know why it's on the side, if it wasn't put together right or what, but anyway, I do a search every once in a while, and I came up with this one a lady had reasonably close to me, about 35 minutes away from me. And there was no pictures, it just said round oak wood stove. So, and she had a whole bunch of other stuff, some records, and there was a pump organ that was in really nice shape, but I don't really need another pump organ. And so I sent her an email. She sent me pictures of the stove, at which point I became very interested. So I asked her, what she had to have for it, and she said $60. And I about fell on the floor, because these things go for over $250 to $300, anywhere up to like $1,000 in this kind of condition. And if this was fully restored, it would be like $2,800 to $3,500. They're nice to look at, with the nickel plating and stuff. This is quite pitted, but I'm sure you could clean it up and fix it. For what I'm going to use it for, probably not going to restore it right away. I'll paint these with chrome paint just so they shine again, and I'll stove black the black part, and I'll see if I can't polish this up, the Indian head here. But yeah, it's I went right over and got it, you know. I mean, as soon as we could work out the details, got my brother to help me go get it, and that's where you shovel the ash out down in the bottom. And yeah, asked him if he'd go over and help me get it, and he said yeah. So I put gas in his truck, and we went over and got it yesterday. So, and like I said, I got the feet and the first 2 pieces of stovepipe, which is adapts this oval to round, and then it does have a cooktop. You know, you can cook on this, set a pan on this, or there's a tool which I actually have somewhere around here that I had earlier. It'll lift this out, and then you can set a frying pan or pot or whatever right in there, and then the fire will heat the pan directly. I have one of those little spring handles. In one of my other videos I showed it. I don't know where it is right now, but I'm sure it's here somewhere. But I put my hands on that. But yeah, overall, I'm extremely happy. So, and then you got your, of course, you got your undergrate air, which is how much air goes through the fire, which controls the amount of heat you're going to get out of it. And then this one is above the fire, because the fire would normally be down in the pot. You would get a fire going. The bottom grate sits on these ears here, and then the shaker grate sits on top of there. So you'd get a fire going with wood or charcoal, and then you fill it with, get the coal going, you know, a couple shovels of coal, and get that going. And once that's going, you fill it up about level full, no higher than the edge here, because this is tin, and you don't want the hot coals up against the tin sides. So you keep the coal fire in this ribbed part down here, and once the coal gets going, then you shut this down, and you use this to regulate how much air goes up through the bottom, and that'll tell how fast it burns. And then, of course, the coal gas, most of it goes right out the chimney, so you'll probably want this open a little bit here to let a little air in and burn the coal gas off, so you get some heat out of it instead of just letting it go out the flue. And plus, a lot of times if it's not burning all the coal gas and you open the door, when it gets that rush of air in there, then the coal gas will, you know, backfire and pop at you a little bit. So I'm guessing you open that up and let it burn off the coal gas, and then you can open the door. And they call this door the smoke door. Now, I don't know if that's so you can put bigger pieces of wood, because it was designed to burn wood as well as coal. But I would imagine if that stays shut, then the smoke, you know, won't come rolling out when you open the door. So if you were to open this whole thing up and there was a lot of smoke up here, it would come rolling out into the room. But overall, I'm very pleased with it for $60 and $40 for gas. That's an awful fine $100 wood stove right there. And I also picked up a couple other things I'll take you in the house and show you. It's a little bit dark over here, but I managed to get all these 78s for $20. First was this box and 3 or 4 of those albums, and I said I'd give her $20 for them. Oh, and this roll here, give her $20 for them. And then she comes out and she has these, which are really interesting. They're called Little Wonder. They're only 5.5 inches across, and they were made in the early 1900s. I think 1914 to 1923, maybe, like something like that, near as I can remember from what I saw. They're one-sided, and they sold for $0.10 when regular 78s, like the normal ones that you're accustomed to seeing from RCA, Victor, or Columbia, or any of those companies, those records sold for $1, which was like $22 or $25 in today's money. Where you could get one of these, which is part of a song. Like this one says, "At the Ball, That's All," and it's a duet. But some of them, I think there's 6 here. That's a quartet. I know some of them say, like this one. When You're a Long, Long Way from Home, number 85. It's a tenor solo. So I would imagine that's just the guy singing, you know, like the chorus or something from the song. So those were pretty neat. So she threw those in. And then some of these records I have never seen. I'm going to pick one out, a couple of them out here. They're not black. I don't know. That's a little skinny thing. That's a paper thing. I don't know what the heck that is. But these Perfect records, they're tan, and I've never seen tan records before. So I thought those were pretty neat. And then she came out with this metal case, and she says, I think these are 78s too. If you want them, you can have them with everything else. And so, of course, they are 78s. And the one that interests me the most out of here is this one. This is an original Edison. Look at how thick that is. It's like 1/4 of an inch thick. So that's really neat. So I think I got a pretty good deal on the records. I haven't sorted through them yet or anything. I imagine I'm going to work on that this evening. I took vacation for tomorrow so I can get a couple things done around the house. It's supposed to be halfway decent weather, so. But anyway, that's what I've been up to. So, thanks for watching and tune in next time.